The greatest feeling you can get in a gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in a gym, is the pump. Somebody blowing air into your muscle. It just blows up and it feels different. It feels fantastic. It's as satisfying to me as coming is.
The magical muscle pump. As eloquently as Arnold put it, it can be quite a pleasurable sensation, but does it have any benefits to your actual muscle gains? Let's dig straight to the science. When lifting weights or really any other force-producing mechanical function, muscle tension and contraction is created. Blood flow increases to the working muscles, filling it with nutrients needed for contractile force against the active resistance. Simultaneously, muscle contraction occludes the veins of the working muscles, constricting the amount of blood and byproducts being removed. The blood plasma concentration thereby increases, filling the interstitial spaces around the muscle, raising its extracellular pressure gradient. The increased gradient ultimately causes a rush of blood flowing into the muscle cells, causing a swelling effect, aka the pump. In short, a pump is achieved by keeping your muscles under resisted tension and decreasing rest. This means mucho blood into the muscle and not so mucho blood leaving it. But are bodybuilders really seeing any hypertrophy benefits from chasing the pump? Research so far is pointing towards the direction of it might. One theory looks at osmotic changes within the cell, or increased cell hydration. Cell hydration, such as increased blood flow from lifting, can act as a regulator for protein accretion, meaning with greater hydration, muscle protein synthesis is stimulated while reducing protein breakdown. Fast-twitch type 2 muscle fibers in particular are extremely sensitive to changes in cell hydration. Fast-twitch fibers carry a much greater potential for growth compared to their slow-twitch counterpart, lending to the possible benefit of pump-induced hypertrophy. The other pump theory of muscle growth deals with the structure of the cells themselves. The increased swelling from the pump causes the cell's membrane to heavily expand, threatening the membrane's integrity, thus threatening cell survival. In response, the cell begins reinforcing its cellular structure and activating anabolic pathways similar to that of mTOR. Increasing mTOR-like pathways mean potentially increasing muscle growth. Along with this, studies also suggest that the increased blood flow improves amino acid transport to the targeted cells, furthering along the potential for growth. On top of these theories is also the fact that achieving a pump is a pretty good indicator of proper muscle engagement. You know you're targeting the right muscle if the muscle achieves a pump. So research looks bright for the pump, but it's not definitive. More future studies are needed to guarantee its effects, but if you want to achieve the pump, here are things to consider. First, remember that it's all about creating constant tension. The pump is based on maintaining muscle blood accumulation to the point of excess swelling, which is achieved through increased time under tension. You can manipulate time under tension in multiple ways. One is actually avoiding something you've probably been taught to do, and that's lifting through the full range of motion. Usually, both ends of the range of motion will create opportunity for diminished tension. With the biceps curl as an example, you can see the tension of the biceps in the beginning is close to zero. As you move along the range, tension increases, reaching its highest point at the middle, and then again decreasing close to zero at the top. Instead of going full range of motion, stopping just before reaching the top and bottom of the range can better assure you maintain tension. And the type of exercise matter as well, as some creates tension in its entire range of motion, while others will have varying tension throughout. The next is sustaining tension long enough to create an effective pump. In the reps and sets video, you will see that 8 to 12 reps are considered optimal for building muscle, and it's further reinforced with the chase of the pump. 8 to 12 reps with a moderately heavy weight tend to elicit an effective intensity and time under tension for pump promotion. Decreasing rest time between sets to somewhere between 30 to 60 seconds is also important to maintain swelling. And finally, you can also utilize methods such as drop sets and pyramids, where you decrease the weight you're lifting within a single set. As you exhaust yourself lifting your starting weight, you can subsequently reduce the load with help of spotters and proceed to get in more reps within the set. If done right, your muscles will feel like bursting from your skin. Pump game successful. Give it a shot and see if it works for you.